What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to episode 13 of the You're Wrong podcast. This time we'll be going over Week 10 of the NFL. We'll be talking Steelers, some Cam Newton talk, some MVP outlooks, and our best bets of the week. I'm actually a guest host today, Christian. I'm here with my good friend Kyle and my good friend Gavin, so let's dive into it.
You didn't sound like a guest host at all. You sounded really good.
I have a little bit of podcast experience under my belt. I don't know if you guys are familiar.
That was really good. Now I feel bad about myself, so thanks a lot. But yeah, like you said, we'll get started with the headlines going into Week 10 of the NFL. So first headline, like you said, we'll talk about Cam Newton.
$10 million. That's a lot.
Yeah, that money is wow.
That is a lot of money.
And you need a quarterback.
It's not all guaranteed. It's $4.5 million guaranteed plus incentives and a roster bonus. But either way, $10 million on a sticker price is a lot of money.
Yeah. Even though you have a Cam Newton.
I'm a huge Cam Newton fan. I had a Cam Newton fathead in my room for 18 years, not 18 years, until I was 18 years old. Auburn fathead. I'm an Auburn fan for college. So I have plenty of Cam Newton jerseys, which I should have worn one for this episode. I didn't think about it. But I'm happy he's back, especially in Carolina. I can't wait for him to put all the haters and make him shut up. So
I don't think he's going to do that.
I don't think that's going to happen.
I don't either.
His offense is junk.
He was horrible with the Patriots.
But
not as bad as people
think. Are they just throwing him a bone because he got them to the Super Bowl? Or?
Well, he's better than P.J. Walker.
Yeah.
That's very true.
And who else you can get on the quarterback market? Either trade for a backup.
Colin Kaepernick, baby.
No, don't even get us started on that. He's horrible at football.
God.
Never was good.
I don't want to talk
Also, we forgot to talk about the beer of the week. So, Gavin, bring out the beer. That's my fault. Forgot to mention the beer.
This week we got Sierra Nevada's Celebration Fresh Hop IPA. I have never had this.
Well, it's my pre-workout for the day, so
yeah. It'll help you.
Got to get the carbs in.
That's true. Energy. So that was about Cam Newton.
I like it.
I like the signing. Doesn't seem like they do.
I don't mind the signing.
I don't know if it's a good football decision. I don't know if it's a good football decision.
Who else are they going to take?
That's what I'm saying. But it's only for the rest of the year.
I'm trying to come up with somebody you could trade for that would actually do better.
Geno Smith, now that Russell Wilson's back.
No, but they need him because Russell Wilson's
Minshew.
go get hurt.
They might as well just go back to the Jets for Mike
Gardner
White.
Minshew, I don't hate.
Mike White.
Well, Mike White's our quarterback.
Josh Johnson.
It's our friend. Josh Johnson. That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Well, the trade deadline's also over, so they can't trade.
True.
Yeah.
That's good.
So, so it had to be free.
This isn't big enough news.
True. So now, with the headline of the day that happened about an hour ago, Odell Beckham Jr. to Los Angeles Rams. Christian, we'll start with you. What are your thoughts?
Great signing. I bet the Rams at plus 170 to win the division to start the season, and I love the bet.
You think this helps them?
Oh, yes. Odell has learned his lesson at this point. That he needs to understand the playbook, mesh with the team, and just be a team player.
Has his dad learned his lesson?
I don't know. His dad doesn't put on the cleats and get on the field.
That's fair. I also have the Rams to win the division, and I'm actually frankly scared for my bet now. I'm scared for my bet.
Oh, I want to be Stu Funner. I love this bet.
I don't know, dude. I don't think they... Listen, Odell, very talented receiver, and he's still talented. Has he done anything since he left the Giants? No.
Did he do anything on the Giants except for make one catch?
Well, his first 3 years were actually very, very good. He had more than 10 touchdowns every year.
I just hate him.
I do too. I think it could be a distraction, especially going to L.A.
I mean, Rams' offense is disgusting.
The Rams' offense is filthy.
If Odell's your slot receiver, I think you're
Odell's their third option.
Doing okay.
He's their third option.
Well, they'll probably keep Cooper Kupp, Robert Woods, move him in and out of the slot. Like, Odell's going to be outside, he'll be in the slot. Odell will probably play the X. He'll play what Van Jefferson was playing.
Yeah.
I would assume.
Yeah,
that's your outside receiver, most outside receiver, your guy who's going to run most of your deep balls.
The Browns aren't Odell offense. I think the Rams are an Odell offense.
And I kind of agree with that because the Rams are a personnel-based offense as to where the Browns are a scheme-based offense.
Good point.
Which they'll scheme. They don't really care who they throw to. It's more about the scheme.
Matt Stafford, he likes to air it out.
Better down the field.
Matt Stafford has had experience with Megatron. He knows how to find his star receiver. Odell will do good.
Knows how to deal with people.
He will do good. Bookmark this.
I mean, I think, as a football fan, I think it's a good signing for the Rams because there's 3 coaches in this world that I would say could probably get old Odell to come back, and I would say Mike Tomlin, Sean McVay, and Bill Belichick.
Mike Tomlin.
We're not even going to get into that. We'll get into it later.
In a couple weeks.
But
we talk about
I don't know. It's a good signing, I guess, but we'll see if he can hold the dramatics in the theater and
Mike Tomlin's a great
and not be a.
So
Christian's a Steelers fan, as you can tell by his sweatshirt. Yeah. So we're eventually going to get him and Jared on here, and they're going to go head to head about Mike Tomlin.
Probably for the Thanksgiving episode.
Christian is anti Mike Tomlin. Jared's very pro Mike Tomlin. So it's going to be probably our best episode we had.
We're probably just going to walk away for like 10 minutes and let
them
beat
shout
the
at
shit out of each other.
Let's let them talk to each other.
I'm excited for that one.
We're probably going to bring boxing gloves in for that.
And it's
going
to be awesome.
Let them go.
So
let them do it.
All right, Gavin, get us into our key games. What we got?
First off, we'll start off with the Seahawks Packers. I don't know. Russell Wilson.
Wilson's back. Aaron Rodgers is most likely back.
Aaron Rodgers should be playing. He's cleared technically Saturday.
He should have never sat to begin with, but that's a different point.
That's politics right there. We're not getting into that one.
I don't even know what to think of this game.
Is
Aaron Rodgers playing? I have no. If he's
playing,
I think they win. If he's not, they're not going to win.
3.5 point line. So Packers are the home team, so that's 3 points. So they're basically saying the Packers are a half-point favorite.
Yes.
Stay away.
If Aaron Rodgers plays, give me the Pack all day.
I would put the Packers money line in a parlay, but I wouldn't touch the spread. I would maybe touch the over. I don't know what the over is on top of my head.
If Aaron Rodgers is good to go by Saturday night or Sunday morning, I will bet the Packers.
I don't know. I think Russell Wilson's been pissed. He's been hurt.
Yeah,
I think so.
Chris Carson might be back. Chris Carson
is back, I believe. I believe he's back. He practiced this week at least.
Russell Wilson is the Seahawks.
Their defense is atrocious, dude.
Aaron Rodgers is the
defense
Packers.
is so bad.
Their defense is atrocious. At least the Packers have somewhat of a defense.
Mediocre defense.
So if we're picking, who are we picking? We're all picking the Packers?
Packers. If Aaron Rodgers plays, Packers. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, Seahawks.
Are we talking spread or money line?
We'll talk spread. We'll go off spread.
3.5?
We'll go off 3.5.
I think the Seahawks covered.
Okay, it's in Green Bay.
I think the Seahawks covered.
Okay, well, straight up game. Do you think the Packers win? No points. We're not talking betting here. We're talking game.
You know what? I'm going to go devil's advocate. Seahawks win the game outright.
Okay.
All right.
I feel like, and I want to say I agree, but
I will watch this back on Monday and I'll remember how right I was.
The Packers are the better football team, but I feel like this week with Aaron Rodgers back, the Packers are like.
Is this live?
It goes live tonight. I'll post it tonight.
Okay.
But this has been a trend. I feel like the most square bets lose, and I feel like the Packers are a square bet this week.
Correct.
The Packers are going to be a square bet with Aaron Rodgers.
Well, the whole NFL is rigged, and I hate it.
3.5 at home. They just want you to take the Packers.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take the Packers. I'm going to follow.
He's going to fall for the trap.
I'm going to keep falling for these damn traps until
like we do every week.
Every goddamn time.
All right. So
speaking of traps, Patriots Browns.
That game is a trap.
Patriots -2 at home.
I don't like that. I don't get how the Packers
Rat line.
You think the Browns? You taking the Browns?
No, you take the Patriots.
You take the Patriots. Yeah.
As much as I hate this bet, the Patriots are going to win.
Yeah.
You look at this, you say the Browns, they're rolling, they just crush the Bengals. They have Nick Chubb back. Odell's off the team. They have good chemistry in the locker room. Baker Mayfield's getting healthier. Everything points to the Browns, but the Patriots are -2. So why would you ever take the Patriots? Why would you ever take the Patriots?
Because it's in New England.
You wouldn't.
And Mac Jones.
And you know what they want you to do? Take the fucking Browns.
I might take the Browns. I might fall for it.
Like for it. I do all the time.
Okay.
What?
I wasn't sure if I could swear.
No, hey, go ahead. Do what you want. It's not for
the
kids.
children at home.
It's not for kids. I might take the Browns. I might fall for the trap.
No,
you're an idiot.
I don't believe in Mac Jones yet. I guess the Browns' defense stinks, but I don't believe in
Mac
Jones.
That's your flaw.
I don't believe in Mac Jones. He hasn't given me a reason to believe in him.
Okay.
Their defense is good.
Okay.
Their
defense is good, but he hasn't given me a reason to believe in him yet.
Okay. That's fine. He doesn't need you to believe in him. He needs me to believe in him.
I think I don't know.
Patriots fans are always delusional, but I do
always
kick rocks.
Always.
So are Steelers fans.
It's good to finally have
very
a
I think the Steelers might lose to the Lions this week.
I also agree with that.
I think +9 or +8.
I think that spread is way too high.
Big Ben was out of practice today.
Especially for a team that can't score more than 20 points. I mean, they did last week, but
that spread's too high. That spread should be 6.5.
If it was 10, I would slam the Lions. But
is it in Detroit?
No,
it's in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's the tough part.
8.5 is unfortunately not enough points.
You know what's going to happen is it's really hard to kick in Heinz Field. They're going to miss a kick, and it's going to screw the line, and the Steelers will cover.
Chris Boswell doesn't miss.
No, that's what I'm saying.
The Lions, the heartbreak team of the league.
Yeah.
They will miss.
They'll miss a kick they'll miss a kick early in the game that'll come back to them.
A field day.
Najee Harris will probably have a field day.
Here's the thing, though. I want to point this out. I need to talk about this when Jared gets on, by the way, so bookmark it. Because Jared and I are going to go off. So, Jared and I argued while we're on the Steelers.
I don't like talking to Jared about the Steelers.
I know.
I don't think anyone likes talking to Jared about it.
If you ask Jared, everybody who's a Steelers fan has a gold jacket waiting for him. Or anyone who's a Steelers player has a gold jacket waiting for him.
Well, he hates Big Ben.
He hates him now, but he liked him in his prime.
That's terrible.
Okay.
If you're a Steelers fan, you like Big Ben.
He's way past his prime.
You still cheer for him. He brought us.
No, he cheers for him.
You have to.
He just thinks it's time to move on.
He's been shitting on him for 5 years.
Anyway, back to my point. My point was, and I told you this before. Najee Harris, right? Good talent.
Yes.
Now, I think the Steelers should have drafted an offensive lineman.
No, I disagree with that too.
Here's the thing. You think Najee Harris, right? You think, he's generational talent.
He is.
You know he has less yards per carry than Michael Carter for the Jets' 4th-round pick this year? Less yards per carry.
Yeah, but
what explains that?
Impact?
What explains that? The offensive line does.
I haven't watched the Jets game this year, so I can't.
Yes, the offensive line is garbage, but you still have Najee Harris. Now you can go get an offensive lineman to support him.
Najee Harris had 14 catches in a game.
Yeah, it's not just running.
And that's where it comes back on Big Ben. Like, if you're checking down your running back 14 times in a game, that's a problem.
Not the best. Great for fantasy. I have him in fantasy.
Yeah, he's a good fantasy running back, but as Jared always says, we can't let fantasy skew our outlook on real.
If you're at pick 24 and Najee Harris is on the board, you take him. They took him.
Yeah, I agree.
I sat there for 23 picks, praying he'd be there.
Do you know who the highest rated?
Thrilled.
Do you know who the highest rated offensive rookie is this year?
Probably Jamar Chase.
No, it's not. It's Creed Humphrey, offensive lineman for the Kansas City Chiefs.
And
now let me pose you this. So say you draft Creed Humphrey, you bring back James Conner, who's having a good year in Arizona.
No,
I don't.
I watched.
You don't think you're a game better than you are now?
No.
I agree with Chris.
I watched enough of James Conner. No.
I think he'd probably have more yards per carry than Najee Harris does.
He can't.
The Chiefs' offensive line was supposed to be good this year. They're
and don't get me wrong,
James Conner cannot hit a hole.
Patrick Mahomes can't stay in the pocket.
I don't hate Najee Harris.
Every James Conner touchdown is a 1-yard touchdown. Look it up. Every time goal line.
I mean, he had 80 yards rushing.
80 yards rushing. 80 yards rushing.
How many times has Najee Harris had 80 yards? Once.
He went over 100 already.
One time.
The guy's a rookie.
He's averaging 3.5 yards a carry.
Because they do.
And that's
enough for the Steelers.
Okay. Watch them run the ball every time. It's out of the shotgun. It's a little handoff.
All I'm going to say this. I'll end on this. Okay.
They have no offensive
I watched the Steelers play the Chicago Bears, and Jared's famous line. I don't know if you've heard him say this. If you can't get 1 yard, you shouldn't be playing football. I watched Najee Harris 3 separate times on 3rd and 1 get stuffed, and granted they went for it on 4th down every time and got converted. I'm saying 3rd down, I watched him get stuffed on a dive 3 times.
Okay.
And that goes against Jared's point.
All right, that's enough of that.
He's so impatient. He always does this to me.
Yeah, because it's
a podcast. You can talk whatever you want.
So say they took a lineman in the 1st round and Pat Freiermuth, who's our running back right now?
James Conner. You bring him back.
No. We didn't even want to pay him.
Yeah.
He got like $5 million.
I would pay him $5 million. 100%.
They didn't.
Clearly, I'm saying I would have, and I would have drafted Creed Humphrey.
Okay, well,
because what lasts longer in the NFL?
You're not a Steelers GM. The Steelers draft exceptionally well.
Now you can't do anything.
The Steelers draft exceptionally well.
Go play for
the Steelers do draft well. I agree. They draft really well, especially the receiver position. They draft very well.
Oh,
I'm not discrediting
T.J. Watt, that guy, he's all right.
He's the best defensive end.
And Bud Dupree, he was
best outside linebacker.
Cam Hayward, he was all right. They draft amazing.
Well, Jared, Jared was big on the Melvin Ingram signing. How'd that work out?
Yeah, he's gone. So
how'd that work out?
He got butthurt that Alex Highsmith, who we drafted, is on the other side of T.J. Watt.
Only thing I like about the Steelers offseason.
Cam Hayward is a DPOY candidate who we drafted.
Yeah, he is. And so is T.J. Watt's. Right now, he's running away with it. But you know what? I didn't.
Aaron Donald will probably win it somehow.
I didn't like about the Steelers offseason. They didn't bring back Mike Hilton or Steve Nelson.
Couldn't pay him. Also a bum. There's this guy named Cam Sutton, great player.
Okay, Cam Sutton's one guy. You have who are your corners? Joe Hayden.
Cam
Joe Hayden's
Sutton,
like 97
years old.
Joe Hayden,
Trey Norwood.
Joe Hayden's still good. What do you mean?
He's okay.
Gives a shit about age.
The only reason Joe Hayden is good because his defensive line is so good.
You don't know what you're talking about.
They help each other. It's like
that's what I'm saying. Yes, exactly. Like Joe Hayden is not really so much good in coverage.
Every game.
Exactly. Joe Hayden has to guard for 2 seconds compared to like 4 seconds because his defensive line gets to the quarterback.
So proving our point, we don't need the best cornerbacks.
I'm not saying I disagree. I'm not
he
saying
fits their system. Why pay for somebody you don't need?
I think it makes sense. However, no, I don't. Yep, however, I would have liked them to bring back one of Steve Nelson or Mike Hilton.
Steve Nelson didn't want to come back. He didn't want to come back.
Well, you paid Melvin Ingram, and that didn't work out. You could have put that money to $1 million. Okay. How much did Steve Nelson sign with the? Who did he go to? The Eagles.
The Eagles.
Yeah. If he signed for less than or more than $5 million, I'll be very surprised. Because Steve Nelson was available by the start of preseason training camp. I know that for a fact. Dude, but we'll move on about the Steelers. Good. We'll talk more about the Steelers.
We drafted Trey Norwood. If you actually watch a game, Trey Norwood and James Pierre are great. I think his name's James.
Jets Bills.
It's Pierre though.
Jets Bills.
Great.
I mean, it's not really a key matchup.
What's wrong with Pierre Desir?
But the Bills.
Number 42.
The Bills are on a losing streak here. Not a losing streak. Playing like shit, really.
The Bills?
Yeah, the Bills. Playing like shit the last 2 weeks.
Is our next key game?
Yeah, we're going to talk about it.
Yep.
Jets Bills.
Because of how shitty they've been playing.
Jets money line.
Jets money line. Mike White's playing. That's all that matters. There you go. 400 passing yards.
Hall of Famer. He's in the Hall of Fame.
He's already.
This is another trap.
No, he actually is.
This is another Vegas trap. You look at Bills -13, you go, they just lost to Jacksonville. Mike White's back.
Beat down by
Mike
the
White is the
Dolphins,
best Jets QB we've ever seen since Joe Namath.
Yeah.
Take the Jets with the points, and they're going to get smoked on Sunday.
The Bills will probably beat them by 25.
I can attest to that as a Jets fan.
The Patriots put up, 54? The Bills might put 100.
I think that's a good read on the line. I don't know about the over because the Jets actually might not score a point on that defense, but I think the Bills actually run them into the ground.
Yep.
They should.
Not much discussion there.
They have to at this point. How the hell is a team that started off that hot just absolutely stall out?
And then I think what we're
against that hot, they started out 0-1 against these guys. What do you mean?
Okay.
Oh,
overall,
overall
the first fucking 5 games, and then they just stall out like that.
But here's the thing. Like, I think we're gonna see Mike White go out. No matter how he plays, the Jets aren't going to get the job done. They're going to get blown out. And we're going to see Zach Wilson start the next week against the Dolphins. And the Jets have a very easy rest of the schedule.
See, I don't know about that. I think they still want him to just let him learn the system better. There's no way.
But he's already had, this will be his 3rd week in a row of sitting back and watching. You got to put him on if he's healthy, you got to put him on the field next week. Not this week. Next week.
I feel very sorry.
Well, yeah, they don't want to put him on the field this week because he's going to get hurt again.
I feel sorry for Jets this week.
I feel very, very bad for him. Where did you draft Sam Darnold?
2, baby.
3. Oh,
3.
Ooh.
It was 3.
Who else was in his class?
Baker, Josh Allen, Lamar. I wouldn't want Lamar. I wouldn't want Lamar.
Oh, so you passed on Josh Allen and Lamar for a guy that stinks.
For
a guy that stinks.
I wouldn't want Lamar. Josh Allen, yeah.
And they did it again this year.
So instead of trying to build around him, you traded him away and drafted another Sam Darnold.
Okay, how can you compare him with Sam Darnold? They're 2 different types of quarterbacks.
I'm just saying
Sam Darnold excels in the pocket. I mean, doesn't excel at anything, but if anything, it's in the pocket. Zach Wilson excels
out of the pocket. The
Jets
just haven't gotten a QB right in 2 tries. I feel bad.
It's been 7 games, Christian.
I feel bad.
He sucks. Zach Wilson sucks.
So Zach Wilson sucks, so we're writing off Trevor Lawrence sucks, Justin Fields sucks, Trey Lance sucks, Mac Jones sucks, and Zach Wilson
Mac Jones doesn't suck.
He doesn't?
No,
he doesn't.
No.
He threw for 130 passing yards last game.
Still won the game.
132.
Still won the game.
On 56% completion percentage.
It happens and we win games.
And 2 turnovers.
That's fine. That's fine.
It's too early to have a verdict on Zach Wilson. My only thing is, Sam Darnold would be looking as good, if not better, than Zach Wilson at this point of the season.
I don't disagree.
What do you mean?
He's in his 4th year.
Sam Darnold?
He's in his 4th year.
So why'd you trade him?
Oh my god.
Buddy, I was on the Sam Darnold train. Have you watched our episodes? I've been saying I've always wanted to.
I'm just saying that's why I feel bad for you. You traded away Sam Darnold to basically go from where you put Sam Darnold to start over with a guy that's going to take 3 years to get back to where Darnold was.
I mean, that's a valid point.
It's 6 years in the trash can.
Well, no. Here's the thing.
You spent all this time developing this guy just to trade him away.
You're thinking with tunnel vision, right?
Trade for Deshaun Watson.
Joe Douglas is thinking like financially, like
trade for Deshaun Watson.
Now you have 5 more years of control of a rookie. Sam Darnold, you would have to pay him in a year or 2.
But he's junk.
You have 5 more years. If
he's not an NFL
Joe Douglas won a Super Bowl with Joe Flacco.
You wouldn't have had to pay Sam Darnold.
Yeah, you would have.
No.
You would have.
There's no market for Sam Darnold.
You would have had to pick up his option and re-sign him long term.
For cheap.
Yeah, I agree.
Who was going to pay him if he didn't go to the Jets?
Either way, you would have, and it would have been more money than a rookie deal. So
it would have been better off than a rookie deal with Zach Wilson. You could have signed somebody better with that pick.
You realize we got 3 picks for Sam Darnold too? 2nd round, 4th round, and 6th round.
That's fair.
Did you guys realize that? We got 3 picks for Sam Darnold.
That's fair.
Who is seeing ghosts still in Carolina. Okay. And I love Sam Darnold. I don't like.
Fair enough.
You guys are putting me against him. I don't like it.
See,
made a good point. I still do. I just don't.
You're making fun of the Steelers for drafting Najee Harris. Who have the Jets
drafted? No. I didn't make fun of him. I didn't say it was a. I didn't say it was a bad
Who's the best Jets draft pick of the last 20 years?
Elijah Vera Tucker. He's a stud.
Who was that?
Left guard. He's a stud. He's one of the highest rated rookie linemen.
Is he a rookie right now?
Yes.
Okay, so who else have you drafted in the last 20 years that's notable? Jamal Adams?
Mark Sanchez.
Jamal Adams is the head case. Mark Sanchez, don't ever put shame on Mark Sanchez's name again.
Hey, that dude ate a hot dog on the field. That's my guy.
He's the GOAT.
He's eating food on the sideline. I've never seen anybody else do that.
Snacks? Like, I can't even name a Jets player that's been a stud.
Marcus May made the Pro Bowl last year.
Who's an offensive skill player that you've drafted that's been really good?
Offensive skill player?
Michael Carter.
Oh, my God. Who was that running back you used to have way back?
Buddy, you realize who? Curtis Martin?
Yeah, that's the last Jets running back I can ever think of that was decent.
I mean, we had Chris Ivory, who was good.
No.
We had Thomas Jones, who was good. We had Sean Green, who was good. I don't even know who
these guys are. Sean Green, I know.
Yeah. Anyway.
Chris Ivory
I was going to make a point to you.
Chris Ivory wasn't bad.
I was going to make a point to you, and I just got off track, and I forget. You said something that triggered me.
What?
I don't remember.
I mean, the Steelers drafted Willie Parker.
And also, I didn't say Najee Harris was a bad pick. I just said if it was me in my shoes, I
Wait.
believe the game will forever be won in the trenches. So I would rather pick an offensive line.
So Jerome Bettis didn't have an impact when the Steelers were good? Willie Parker?
He did, but he also had a great offensive line.
Le'Veon Bell?
Best defense in the league.
You act like the Steelers...
Le'Veon Bell. Best offensive line in the league, was it not?
You act like...
Was it not?
It was probably the best.
One of the...
Right. And what has he done since he left that offensive line?
Nothing. So you're
That's
actually
also because he's a head case too.
He's acting like the Steelers can never.
Are you kidding me?
You act like the Steelers are forever going to have a bad offensive line.
I didn't
we
say
can
that.
draft another one next year.
I agree. I didn't say that.
We already drafted two this year.
You're telling me you wouldn't have taken Najee Harris with that pick? You would have drafted an offensive line when you can go do that or go sign one in free agency.
We drafted
next
two
year.
offensive linemen that start.
I'm saying in the first round. I'm agreeing.
I will
with you
pose
saying
you
I'm
this
glad they
question.
took Najee Harris.
I will pose you this question.
I was sitting on my knees praying.
And we're back on
Najee
the
Harris.
I will pose you this question. What is the most expendable position in all of sports?
Running back. It's running back.
So why would you draft a running back with your first round pick? Look how it worked.
He's that good.
Look how it worked for the Giants with Saquon Barkley. Look how it worked for the Panthers with Christian McCaffrey.
We're not the Panthers. Yeah. We're not poverty.
Christian McCaffrey is
look how it worked for all these teams.
Saquon
name me the last
good. You guys can't stay healthy.
Name me the last team that drafted a first round running back that has made it to the Super Bowl.
I don't know. I can't think of that.
The Chiefs.
The Chiefs was Clyde Edwards-Helaire.
They didn't make it to the Super Bowl.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did. That's right. You're right.
Yeah, get out of here.
That was embarrassing.
Got him.
Did he play a big? Did he play a big role?
I couldn't even think of it.
He didn't play a big role. No. But the Bucks, right? The Bucks, no. The 49ers the year before, no.
Well, the Bucks actually have
the Patriots,
a running back that was drafted in the first round.
No.
Leonard Fournette was drafted in the first round.
Yeah. 7th pick.
But they didn't draft him.
Doesn't matter. They picked him up.
But they didn't draft him.
But what the?
So that's why I'm saying, why would you draft a running back in the first round?
Kyle.
It's expendable. It's an expendable position.
Hey, Kyle. I watch every Steelers game. I've watched every Steelers game for several years. The Steelers issue, their defense is elite now.
I agree.
It's elite now.
It's been elite for the last 3 years.
But it got so worn down over the course of the game because of time of possession because we would go 3 and out. How do you change the pace of the game with a good running back?
Your running back can't hit the holes if there
are no holes.
If there are no holes.
Oh, my God.
He's averaging 3.5 yards per carry.
Is that so bad?
Yeah. It's not so bad, but it's just like you could put anybody else in there and average 3.5 per carry.
Couldn't.
Yes, you could.
No.
Like Michael Carter for the Jets is averaging 3.7, 3.8. And he's a 4th round pick. Because the Jets O-line is a little bit better than the Steelers. That's all it is.
Right,
what are you looking up?
Najee Harris's stats.
I already know his stats.
I mean, he's on pace for over 1,000 yards and 10 touchdowns. And
I'd hope so.
8-9
the amount of touches he gets every game, I hope so. He's their first, second, and third down back. I mean, and 4th down.
2-time SEC champ.
Oh shit, he's their only
unanimous All-American. I mean, I don't know how you go against getting Najee Harris there. I don't.
It's not against Najee Harris. It's the running back position as a whole. Like, I like Najee Harris. I think he's a great guy. He's a great running back. But the running back position as a whole, I'd rather take an offensive lineman.
If we did not draft Najee Harris, I don't know who would be running the ball.
Who won the Super Bowl last year? Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Who had the best offensive line in the league? Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They won that game because of their defensive line.
That's true.
But they still had the best offensive line in the league.
I don't really follow offensive lines too close.
They had the best offensive line in the league. The Niners, the year before that, when they made
Key
the Super Bowl.
game number 4.
The Niners had the best defensive line.
Chiefs Raiders.
No.
Wow.
Yes, they did.
Chiefs Raiders this weekend. What a classic AFC West matchup. The Chiefs have been going through it. The Raiders have been going through it. Both for different reasons. They meet on Sunday.
I feel bad for the Raiders. I feel bad for Derek Carr. That poor bastard.
Oh my God. This kid can't go an episode without naming Derek Carr.
Well, that poor bastard.
He's having a great year. I feel
you have a crush on him?
I feel great.
Think about how good he could be if he didn't have just criminals and
he's a top half quarterback
and scumbags around him.
Yeah, he's a top half quarterback.
Put him on the Bucks. Put him on fucking anybody, and think of how good he would be.
Put him on the Bucks. He doesn't win a Super Bowl.
I'm not saying he's going to win the Super Bowl, but he'd be over 3,000 passing yards right now. Look at what he's got right now, and he's at like 2,400.
I thought they were going to be a dark horse for Odell. I really did.
If they got Odell, that would help him. They need somebody. He needs someone.
I thought they were going to be a dark horse.
He literally has nobody.
Hunter Renfrow.
He's got Hunter Renfrow.
He has Darren Waller. That guy's good.
Darren Waller is good. All
right, what do we think for this game?
We're talking betting wise.
Side note, I think you guys need, you need like a agenda. Like if you let a conversation drag on, you'd be like, all right, next game.
Well, I mean, I try to
do that. That's order in the course.
But he always looks at me and goes like this, and like that gets me mad.
Watch Sports Advisors. Stu and Dave yell at each other. Big Ken keeps it going. That's how it goes.
So that's why we got you.
Okay.
Well, no, we
Well,
don't.
I'm not
That's
gonna
not
be
why
dragging
we have him. He just dragged on the Steelers conversation for 15 goddamn minutes.
Yeah, he brought up the Steelers.
Well, because
Exactly.
I don't want to hear slander from my team. Only I can slander.
It wasn't slander.
I think the Chiefs.
Only I can
I
slander
think
my
the
team.
Chiefs
not
are going to
slander.
beat down the Raiders. The Chiefs are going to beat down the Raiders.
agree.
Raiders don't have anything. I
agree.
I feel so
The Chiefs
bad
are going to
for them.
figure it out.
Explain
This game.
beat down. What does that mean?
I think they beat him by 20.
They're going to figure it out this game.
Yeah.
That's all I'm going to say.
I agree. It's just
You can't keep this team down for that long.
Yeah, no.
You can't.
I mean, I also
this
think
is the
Chiefs
turnaround game for the Chiefs.
I also think the Chiefs win.
I hate the Chiefs.
Was it
turnaround
Mahomes
game.
just get paid this offseason?
Yeah, this
Ooh,
offseason.
yeah.
$500 million man.
Once you
right
pay
there.
the man, he doesn't care.
I feel bad for that guy too. How
It's
does he-
not even the fact
Oh,
that
I
they.
feel so bad for him. $500 million.
Yeah.
No, not that.
He
I'm
just got
not
married.
that part. I'm talking
His brother.
His brother and his
Yeah,
wife.
that's
How the
bad.
hell does he deal with
Yeah,
that
that's
shit? Why
bad.
did he marry her?
I don't know.
I mean, she's a nice girl.
Childhood
She
sweetheart.
seems
Yeah, college sweetheart.
How do you deal with people posting TikToks that much?
I don't know. If I were him, I'd be like, "Yo, Jackson, you gotta cut the shit."
If I was sitting at dinner and some
I
asshole
can't do
was
this
recording
anymore.
a TikTok like that,
yeah, I'd be like,
freak
"Dude, I
out.
can't do this anymore."
My brother tried to do that to me. I'd punch him in the face.
Yeah, I'd be like, "Yo,
You gotta delete that.
you gotta cut the shit."
My name's
couldn't
Patrick
do it.
Mahomes.
I can't do it. PFT does a great voice.
He does talk like a frog.
All right. Are we doing power rankings? I see a little power rankings.
Well,
on
we're
the
not done
sheet.
with the Chiefs yet. I want to say.
What were you going to say?
Before we move on, I want to say I do think the Chiefs figure it out.
Yeah.
I think they cover. However, I don't know what the over is in this game, but I would take the over by 1,000,000 points.
Oh, man. That's an aggressive statement after the Chiefs put up 7 points last week.
That's fine. But who did they play? Who did they play last week? The Giants?
Wait.
Yeah, the Giants.
He
No,
said
those 2 weeks.
over by a
No, that was
1,000,000.
2 weeks ago.
Bold statement.
Who did they play last week? Oh, they played the
What's the
Packers.
spread in this game?
Packers defense is decent though. It's better than the Raiders.
What's the spread in this game?
2.5.
Chiefs cover.
I
Yeah.
think so too. I think the Chiefs cover.
I think the Chiefs beat
20 points is a little
beat them.
egregious.
I think it's gonna beat
That's a
them.
lot.
Okay, I mean, obviously I'm over exaggerating, but I think they could beat him by 20, but they'll probably beat him by like 10.
They could. All right.
They
so
should beat him by like
We have a
10.
couple questions for Christian. So
Okay.
Gavin and I have given our MVP frontrunners on our episode the last, I think, 2 episodes ago. We gave our top 3 MVPs. We also gave our top 3 NFL power rankings, which we should update.
Okay.
So Christian, my question poses to you. Give us your top 3 MVPs in order, please, as of now.
MVP candidates.
MVP candidates,
Number
I
one,
should say.
Tom Brady.
There you go. I agree.
I can cheer for the man now because he's no longer on the Patriots and
Fuck
he
you.
plays in Tampa Bay.
I
And I will
agree.
be living in Tampa Bay. And I want to cheer for his success because he does well. The city is booming. There's a parade. I might be living at an apartment, overlooking the river where the championship parade will be. Therefore, I'm going to cheer for the guy if the Steelers
Imagine you
are
found the Lombardi Trophy just floating on the surface one
Yes.
morning.
Because Tom Brady.
So I
decided
think
to throw it in the river.
Tom Brady is the MVP front
Or in the
runner.
Bay.
Number 2, I mean, it's tough. As much as I hate to say it, I hate the guy, Lamar Jackson, number
Yep.
2.
I hate him
MVP.
too. I don't hate him. I shouldn't say I hate him. I think he's overhyped, but I'll put him at 1.
I think they're
Wherever he was.
they're interchangeable at 1 and 2 right now.
I agree.
Number
It's 1-2.
I mean, there's no clear. Like, Josh Allen just shit the bed.
The last
Justin
2
Herbert
weeks
has lost a
shit the
few
bed.
bad games.
Yeah.
Number 3...
I put Stafford as my 3.
Stafford, because he's
I was
leading the league in
thinking
passing
Stafford.
yards.
You
Yeah.
put Kyler, didn't you? As your 3?
I moved him because he's been out. I'm moving him because he's been out.
Yeah, I'll go Stafford.
That
sure,
hurts him. Stafford's been there.
Okay, so you're the same as me. We just flip Lamar and Brady. I just think, here's my take, Christian. I don't know if you watched the last episode, but I think Lamar is more irreplaceable to his team right now than Tom Brady is.
You could say that.
Well,
Like
I think
Lamar
the Ravens
Jackson.
are the luckiest team in the NFL.
How so?
They completed a 4th and 30 against the Lions. And then Justin Tucker made an NFL
Okay,
record
that
field
is
goal.
that is a good point.
And then they were up on the Colts, and the Colts had 2 terrible turnovers.
And
I
I
hate
hate
the
to put
Colts.
I hate to put Lamar at 1, but at the same point,
Carson Wentz.
he has led 4 fourth quarter comebacks.
Until
this
Lamar
year.
can do it in the playoffs, I don't believe in him.
Yeah, but
I don't
he's
either. No,
come
I'm
back-
with you there.
I don't know.
What are you saying? Go ahead.
Nothing. No, Lamar's unbelievable.
He is unbelievable at the same time, but like if you're starting a franchise, like if I'm
I am
starting a
not.
franchise,
I am not starting one around him. No.
yeah, he's not
Not
my
a
top.
chance.
He's not my top
No.
8 quarterbacks.
No.
No.
I mean,
I need a passer. My quarterback
Give
needs
me
to be a
Josh
passer.
give me
Allen.
passer, but you want
Give
someone
me
who can
Patrick
move around
Mahomes. Give
too.
me
That
Deshaun
dude can
Watson.
move. The
Right.
new age
Tom
NFL,
Brady.
you need him to move around. He's
Give
in
me
my
Aaron
top. He's in my
Rodgers.
top 5 for sure.
Give me Joe Burrow.
Joe Burrow, 100%.
Yeah,
Give me
I like that.
Trevor Lawrence.
No,
hot, it's a hot take.
No.
Can we stop the Trevor Lawrence slander?
I don't.
No, I'm not slandering him. I'm not putting him in my top 5. I'm not picking him. I'm picking
No,
Joe
I'm not saying
over
put him
him
in your
every
top
time.
5, but I'm saying like if you're not picking him over Lamar Jackson for the future, Trevor Lawrence.
I haven't seen enough of him in the
Like
NFL.
look at his team compared
I
to
haven't seen
Lamar's
enough
team.
of him in the NFL to say that.
All right, that's fair.
Lamar
fine.
Jackson, I've
Alright.
seen in the NFL.
That's fair.
Are we doing NFL power rankings next?
Yeah, you do your top
give
3
your
power
top 3.
rankings. What do you got?
Cardinals.
Steelers.
I still think the Cardinals are on pace to really regress, but I think that right now the Cardinals are the best team. They just won without their quarterback or 2 receivers. The Cardinals are number 1 for me.
I agree.
Number 2, with the addition of Odell, the Rams are second in my book.
I agree.
I think the Rams are very solid all
Actually,
around.
I disagree.
The Rams have heavily invested in the present and completely disregarded their future. They have a good coach. They have the defense. They have the stars. They got Von Miller, Aaron Donald, Jalen Ramsey, Odell Beckham, it's an all-star team. 3rd, Buccaneers. All on C. That's my top 3.
The Rams are all in. While we mention it, they are all in right now.
Let me just say, my top 3 are the exact same, and I'm pretty sure Kyle's are as well.
No, they're not.
They're not.
And here's the thing. I had the Rams ahead of the Bucs before the Odell signing.
No, I'm not saying order-wise. I'm saying in general, those 3.
Yes, yeah. But
Okay.
I have the Bucs at 2, and I have the Rams at 3 because, 1, I'm known to be an Odell doubter, and I don't know how he's going to fit into the Rams, and I don't know if the off-field distractions will make them worse. So therefore, I knocked them down to 3 and put the Bucs at 2.
Fair enough.
If I had to put in, I don't want to pick an order because honestly, I think you could put all 3 of them interchangeable in any of those spots. It doesn't matter. It's just week by week situation at this point. I mean, I don't know, but if I had to, I guess I'd say Cardinals, Bucs, Rams. Like Kyle said, I don't know how it's going to play out for a little while. Obviously, because the Rams just lost to the Titans last week too, which is a joke.
Titans are a sleeper.
Yeah, they are.
I have Bucs Titans Super Bowl matchup 20 to win $2,000. Don't sleep on that.
I love Mike Vrabel. I love him.
He's an energetic, fucking in-your-face coach.
Fair enough.
And here's the thing. I think too with the Rams. I think in the next coming weeks, I think they're going to be the squarest of square bets. So I will be looking for games that I can fade them because I think the public opening line they'll move the opening line 2 points because they're gonna get like 95% of the bets.
No, the Vegas has already got their square bet fucked up on the Rams already. That was last week against the Titans.
But
they're not gonna do that for a while.
But I think the Rams are gonna be the squarest of square bets the next 3 weeks. I think they're gonna get like 92% of the bet percentage coming up. Because everyone's going to bet.
They
Everyone's
should.
Mother. And that's
Look
right.
at that team. On paper, they are unbelievable.
Look at all the games this year where the team that should win and cover hasn't.
Trust me. I know.
It almost seems like all the primetime games are scripted. That's literally what it seems like.
They're always close.
The 1 o'clock games, it's like, all right, I can hit a 1 o'clock game, I can hit a 4 o'clock game.
If primetime is a 5-point plus spread, you take the underdog.
Yeah, like the primetime games are all scripted right now, and it's really weird. It's really throwing me off.
The NFL's rigged.
Well, then bet the script.
All right, so that's what we got for our power rankings and our top 3 MVP candidates. So we will finish here with our best bets of the week segment. Who wants to start it with your best bets? Gavin, you got it.
No, I don't want it. Christian.
Okay.
Christian's got it.
My number 1 best bet of the week, Bills -13. Bills are coming off a terrible loss. They're mad. Everyone thinks Mike White is a great quarterback. They're like, oh, he's going to bring some magic to the Jets. Everyone's going to look at the Jets at this 13 spot and say, oh, that's too many points. It's not enough points today. It's not enough points this week for Josh Allen to come in to the Meadowlands and absolutely wipe the floor with the Jets.
Okay.
Can I interject?
Sure.
And I'll let you keep going. Now, I know I said I think the Bills run into the ground, and while I do, you can't bet against the Jets.
Oh, my God.
What do you mean?
Like, you can't bet against the cardiac Jets.
I bet the Jets when they played the Patriots.
I'll give him that. I'll give that. Kyle's a good point. Because I've bet against the Jets twice this year.
The Jets and the Eagles are on my do not bet list.
The Titans, they lost the Titans. I mean, they beat the Titans. They beat them pretty good. Then the Bengals lost that game too. That was an 11.5 point spread at game time.
Jets,
and I got hosed.
The Jets and the Eagles are on my do not bet list.
I think it's a good bet. I think the Bills are a good bet. However, I would just watch the line movement because if it moves toward the Jets a little bit, even a half a point, I'd be very turned off.
Okay.
Because that's what happened in the last 2 games against the Titans and Bengals.
It's so frustrating.
Okay. My second game is the Falcons +9.5. I would recommend buying this up to +10 so you can cover the hook.
I'm on that.
And I believe this is a good bet because although the Cowboys just came off a bad loss to the Broncos, I think the Falcons are a bit underrated. My roommate at school is a huge Falcons fan, and he is very optimistic on them, and it makes me very angry because
they're horrible.
He doesn't stop talking about them.
They're horrible.
But they have been playing decent football, enough to cover a 10-point spread against the Cowboys here.
All right, I'll go.
And my last pick is the Bucs -9.5. They're off a bye week. They're off a loss. They're going to absolutely crush the football team.
I do like that. That might be a 25-point victory.
Yeah. All right. One of mine actually was, we'll start off with the one Christian had. I like the Falcons against the Cowboys. Especially with that big spread, I'm taking that all day. Like, I'm not a big Cowboys fan approver. I think they're a good team. But, I mean, last week, they didn't play very hot. Dak Prescott doesn't look 100% right now. I don't think that he should have played last week. And I think it might have hurt him.
Yep.
I think it might have affected them.
Cooper
Rush could have played. That's all I'm saying. He played pretty well the week before. Why rush Dak back in?
I agree.
Why affect your season like that? The Bills, I also want to take the Bills because I don't think the Jets can do it again against a team that's favored like that. So I gotta agree with Christian.
It's always the world versus the Jets, man.
And
Always.
The Colts.
It'll never
The
end.
Colts over the Jags, I don't think the Jags show up like they did against the... I mean, they didn't show up against the Bills. The defense played well against the Bills, and the Bills just didn't play well.
Urban Meyer hasn't been watching any film. He's been at the bar.
Urban Meyer has been at his steakhouse back in
What was your
Ohio
third
the
bet?
entire week.
What was your third bet?
Give me the Colts to beat the Jags. I think that spread is...
10. I think it's
I got
10.
it right here.
It's 10.
Oh,
right now.
my.
It's 10.5. Give me that. I'll take that all day.
Last time I bet the Jaguars, they got smoked.
Yeah, I'm taking the Colts minus 10.5.
All right, so now my turn, right? And I'm going to kind of debunk their theories here. So I'm going to start with my first bet. You know what the most profitable trend has been in the NFL this year?
The Cowboys.
It's hitting at a 66% clip, which is unheard of for a trend in the NFL. If you bet a team that did not cover the week previous against a team that did cover, it's hitting at a 66%
My
clip.
brain hurts.
You know who did not cover last
I
weekend?
think I should-
The Dallas Cowboys. You know who did cover last weekend? The Atlanta Falcons. Hand me the Cowboys. It's right now in my book. It's 8.5. Hand me the Dallas Cowboys at 8.5.
9.5.
66% chance to hit, given the trend. I will take that to the bank all day, and I will see you guys next week. My second bet of the week:
Yeah, see you at the bank.
Broncos
Take
minus
more
3.
money out.
Broncos minus 3. They're playing the Eagles. Again, I'll say it every episode. Jalen Hurts is not the guy.
I don't bet
The
on
Eagles football
games.
team stinks. They're not good. This is basically a pick 'em because the Broncos have a 3-point advantage for being home. I think Jalen Hurts puts up 14 points against that defense if he's lucky, even though they lost Von Miller. I think Teddy Bridgewater finally seems like he started to find his groove a little bit. So Broncos minus 3. I love that bet. The last one, Chargers, Vikings over. It's 53.5. I recommend you buy it down to 53. I just think it's just two very high octane offenses against two very mid to bottom of the pack defenses. I
like that.
had the Vikings Ravens over last week.
I do like that
and also
bet.
the Chargers last week. So that is my 3 bets of the week.
I like that over. All right.
And there you have it, folks.
All right, what's
Week
the
10, NFL recap.
Score.
Score on the beer.
We forgot to do that last episode.
Yeah, no shit.
I think it's pretty solid.
I like
Mike
it.
was yelling at me.
8-9. 8-9.
8-9.
8-9.
8-9. 8.9.
I'm going to go up there, too. I'm going to give it an 8-7. For an IPA, it's very
pretty good.
smooth, very good
Yeah.
aftertaste.
It's good. It's good.
Very good.
I was gonna give it like a 6-8.
Oh, wow. Tough
Wow.
critic.
Very tough critic,
Tough critic.
apparently. He drinks.
Yeah, he's a big alcoholic, folks.
Wow.
For those of you watching at home.
Throwing the A word around.
Yeah, we don't throw that word around.
All right,
That's
he
not cool.
enjoys alcohol.
A lot.
All right, we good?
Yeah, we're good. All right.
Myself.
Thank you for watching, and we'll have Christian back on here more next time with
That's a
Jared
wrap.
to debate Mike Tomlin.
When he's back with Jared,
That
I
will
think
be must-watch
we're just gonna lock them in the basement, let them figure it out themselves. We got nothing to do with that shit.